Hi, I'm Tony Conley. Welcome to my Indiegogo campaign for my new book, Paul McCartney in The Beatles. And the first question you may want to ask is, does the world really need another book on Paul McCartney? And I think it does, and here's why. I've read all the books, you've read all the books, there's a lot of great books on Paul McCartney out there. The one thing I always wanted to read was a book that was truly about Paul's music and musicianship. And this all began 30 years ago. A friend of mine, Denny Sywell, who was Paul's first drummer in Wings after the Beatles. He was the guy that replaced Ringo Starr. And I spent a lot of time with Denny, and Denny took a lot of time talking to me about Paul and his time with Paul. And one of the things that really struck me was, first of all, how much he loved the experience, how much he loved Paul and Linda, how much he loved playing with Paul in a band. But what really struck me was how different his experience was than I had read in all these fantastic books that are out there. What's in the book besides just talking about Paul's music and musicianship? We have a lot of great artwork. The cover, a painting that's done by my dear friend Thomas Fluharty, one of the best illustrators on the planet. He's also done all the original work for the inside of the book.
Hi, my name's Thomas Fluharty, and I'm a professional illustrator. I've been a professional illustrator and painter for over 30 years. I'm actually working on a book right now with a really good friend of mine, and the interesting thing, he's a childhood friend of mine, and we grew up right next door to each other. And he's been telling me about this book that he's been writing on Paul McCartney for a number of years. And growing up next to Tony, I was a huge Beatles fan as well. He gave me a chapter or two, and I read it, and I was actually blown away because it wasn't a typical book at all. It was actually a book written from a musician on Paul, the musician, as Paul. There's a chapter, Paul the bass player, Paul the producer, Paul the drummer. It's really amazing book with insight from Tony, who's a musician himself.
So now I'm at the point, and it's the toughest part of every crowdfunder, this is where I ask for your money. And there's a lot of ways you can give to the Indiegogo campaign. You can share this on social media. You can talk about it with your friends and family. You can talk about it on internet forums. There's a lot of places we can publicize this thing. But really the main thing is to get you a copy of the book, get you to give to the campaign so we can get that book out there.